We want to tap into students' interests. So, smaller learning communities. Oops. What does that mean? Well, let's think about this. We want to engage with students. We want to know our students. So think about all these students in one little smaller learning community. And they each have the same English, science, social studies, and math teacher. And they go around. So these teachers really get to know the students. They get to know their strengths. They get to know their weaknesses. And perhaps they start to work on interdisciplinary units. Some of the things that some of the folks just spoke about. Merging science and social studies. Merging math and science together in lessons to make it engaging. Think about that example before. So that, we're reading Upton Sinclair's The Jungle in English class, and maybe then we're also learning a little bit science and social studies about that time in history. There's got to be math related to that. So think about how that can work. It's making the learning engaging for our students.
I have a 6th grade daughter, and one of our biggest goals in our Summer Institute was to throw our agendas out the window. My agenda is for her. And I know a lot of you parents here because I've taught your kids. One of you were sitting at my table earlier. My biggest goal is that my daughter, when she gets here in 8th grade, or 9th grade, does well. That's it. I want her to have an amazing, amazing high school experience. And if I, as a facilitator of one of these dens, can help and help make business and engineering more creative, then so be it. There was this painter back in the day named Leonardo da Vinci. Real underground, you probably haven't heard of him. But some consider him the greatest inventor of all time. He was a mathematician, he was a scientist, and he helped put all that together. And I think that's maybe one of the reasons I'm kind of in this group.
The dens that were developed, those 4 dens, we've worked so far in our work sessions to develop a purpose statement, something that can kind of be shared with the students and the parents that gives them some idea of what the den is all about. We talked about what kind of learning experiences in each particular den would be necessary for 9th and 10th graders so that they're going to have to continue to take those core required courses, but what kind of experiences can we incorporate to get them information and involved in those hands-on activities at the beginning part of their high school career. We talked about identifying pathways for 11th and 12th graders. What partnerships are out in the community, and not just Cuyahoga Falls, but Akron, Cleveland, bigger. Maybe there's things at universities. Maybe those partnerships look like the hospital. Maybe there's businesses right here or city opportunities that we have to participate in. So for the older students, once they have a little more room in their schedule to get that kind of activity going. And then, again, the potential partners outside of the school district and what sort of real-world resources there are available to us, with the goal, again, being hands-on, realistic opportunities for students to apply their knowledge.
We need to move forward in the next few months in terms of our decision of what den we'll be looking forward in terms of 14-15. What will this look like in the 14-15 school year? And then certainly, when we look into January, we want to, and this kind of goes to one of the questions there a little bit, how do we make that transition for our incoming 9th graders? So our current 8th, and I think in terms of the input that we heard here as well, we need to also look at our students that are in the non-pubs and how they are transitioning as well. And then certainly sometime in the spring, we want to communicate where we are in this process. Again, we need to give you another benchmark of time to say, here's where we are, here's what we're going to do, here's what this is going to look like.